Good afternoon, everybody. Skip Jeffries just come from the garage here. It's Saturday night. Spent most of the morning just doing some errands and whatnot, all just to get things ready. Figured I'd hop on and actually start this headlight thing on the old Subaru here. Read through the instructions a couple times. I think I've got it down. I've watched the video. Like I said, I recommend watching the video itself. Not because well, it kind of adds to what the written instructions has. So we went over that in that first video here. So I mean, I think I've got everything set up and ready to roll. Step one, and well, actually the pre-step before you even start, is cleaning your winch or your headlight lamps with any type of soap and rinsing them off with water pretty good. So I've got just some regular, it's like the Dawn power wash dish spray here, so we're gonna give this a go on this on these lights here, see what we can do. Hopefully we don't screw them up. That's the whole goal here. So let's go ahead and just kind of spritz them down a little bit. Let me see if I've got some paper towels here we'll use. And hopefully you haven't hit the full extent of this camera lens. So I washed the vehicle, I think it's been about a couple weeks now, maybe 2. Ideally I probably should have did this lens cleaning back when I washed the vehicle. It probably would have been the smart move to do here. But yeah, we'll go ahead and kind of rinse this bad boy off a couple times. We'll probably try to do both these lights at the same time. The directions kind of recommend doing that, and they also recommend having something to water spray. So I mean, I've got my spray here just with some regular water. So, I mean, actually it look a lot better now just doing this pre-wipe here. We'll go ahead and hit this other one. Gonna try to keep our mess to a limit here. Grab some more towels. Now the kit does come with, I guess, the gloves too, which is kind of cool. I seen it in there when I was watching the video itself. So pretty much this kit is just about everything you need to get stuff done. Go ahead and just rinse off this excess soap. So that completes that part of the step. Now they recommend you putting on their gloves here, so we'll go ahead and follow their directions. Like I said, I think this kit was like a little over 20 bucks. We got a coupon, an Amazon coupon. Every once in a while you'll see those on certain purchases you make. It's the second time I've done it, or probably, yeah, it's second or third time I've done it. So this is a step 1 kit. It's just their wipes, and they say these things will get yellow as all get out. We'll see what happens. They say a circular motion with this too, I guess. And, oh yeah, you got some yellow going on. They say keep wiping. They give you, I believe it's 4 sets of wipes for each of your headlamps here, so. And yeah, she's pretty crusty looking. I guess that's the oxidation they were talking about that should be coming off these things. And like I said, these are original headlights on this thing, so these are over 20 years old, so that one's pretty well nasty. We'll open our second wipe here, and they say continue wiping, and even if you hit your last wipe and it's still got yellow on, you're still doing pretty good. And they say they recommend doing your first or your steps kind of on both lights as you go. So I see that one is pretty well coated too. Kind of nasty. I'll open up this third one here. Yeah, that one's not as yellow coated, but it's still getting there. Let's do this last wipe on this driver's side. And probably pre-tearing these things would probably be helpful. They give a little notch in them, but still a little difficult. So we're gonna hop on over to this other side, rinse and repeat. And as you see, that last wipe too is pretty dingy, not as dingy as the other ones. Now this lens here too, you can see it's got a lot more surface ding going on in here. And hopefully the camera will pick it up, but this one is a little bit rougher than the other one for some weird reason. So this one here we'll probably have to do a little more sanding on, is my guess. And you see it's getting less dingy here, so whatever chemical is in this stuff is probably not too good for your skin, I'm guessing. They say you want it ventilated. I've got the garage door open. So my lovely bench seats are whatever I could find in the garage here. I've got an old 5-gallon bucket on this side turned upside down, and I've got a heavy duty old planter from last year. So what are we sitting at for a time here? Looking about 15 minutes for step 1. And that includes the washing of the lens covers to begin with. So it says to rinse thoroughly. I guess we're gonna kind of use our spritzer here and a wipe. I'll hit a little bit around the vehicle itself too. Go ahead and hit this other side here. Do the old double rinse. Kind of dry the area off around because we're going to be applying tape, which I think is the next step. We'll double verify I've got that sheet. So like they said, if you happen to get that oxidizer on your car itself, they say just kind of wipe it thoroughly or wipe it up as fast or quickly as you can. I got a little bit on this side here. It was really delicate on that side. Alright, so the step 2, they say the burgundy disc. Be careful not to sand the paint surrounding area. So we may add the tape that was recommended in the video. That's why I said it's helpful to kind of watch that video. And this is painter's tape, so it should come off relatively easy and not damage your paints. The other thing you want to kind of try to watch here. So we're going to go ahead and hit this other side, get it taped up, and then we'll kind of move through the process of step 2 here. Alright, I think that should do it for the tape. So it comes with, I guess 2 discs each, one for each headlight. They say you start off with your magenta, and you got another pair of gloves for when you apply the actual ceramic coating on this thing. So there's your 2, it's like a 2000 grit, and the green one is 3000. Kind of prep that. We'll do one at a time here. Remember what I was saying, this one here we're going to go horizontal, so kind of remind me because I tend to forget. They say this thing should just stick on there. And it, of course it's not. Oh, probably because I had the wrong side of it. Magenta side down, bros. Alright, they say to wet the disc and wet your disc, sanding disc paper and the headlight itself. They want to make sure you kind of keep it moist as you're going here. So we'll give her a go. And that's why you have the vehicle tape. Right there, I probably would have caused damage if I didn't have that tape down there. Add some more water here. Let's add a little water to this disc. And I don't really give you a time limit on this, so I'm just kind of going by feel here. It's starting to feel a little bit smoother. Now we can hop to the other side, or we can get onto the other disc here. Deciding that in my head, I'm thinking since I'm comfortable here, I may swap over, because we are going to use the discs, use up this entire kit. Doesn't pay to save a disc, so go ahead and discard that one. We'll get our green disc here, and this green one is the 3000, so it's a little bit finer type grit to it, so we'll pop that bad boy on. And this one here, as you remember right, as I was saying, we're going to want to go in the other direction, so we're going to lubricate the lamp itself and the disc, and we're going to go in the up and down motion with this one here. And as before, just kind of keep applying your spray water. And I do recommend too, if you've got like hard to reach areas, to take the sandpaper off. I was almost going in a circular motion there. Let's see if hopefully it didn't cause any damage here, but get into those little nooks and crannies that are popping in there. Our tape's coming off. Alright, I think that's going to probably do it for this side here. It's feeling pretty smooth. And I think these have to be perfectly dry when you apply the ceramic coating on there. And that feels like smooth as butter. So we'll go ahead and remove all this wet tape, because it's not really serving a function anymore. That is really smooth, and it doesn't look too bad. Alright, discard that tape there. Let's move on to the other side. On with the magenta, the 2000 grit. See if we can get that somewhat centered a little bit. We'll get our green one ready here. Alright, just like before, kind of rinse and repeat here. We're going at a horizontal. I think that's why they have you do the steps simultaneously, so you don't kind of overbog yourself. Oh yeah, this one's kind of crusty. Now that center part where it was all kind of spider webby, it's starting to smooth out too. So, and I think that ceramic coating is supposed to kind of fill in some of these imperfections that you got going on. Yeah, we're about ready to kind of swap over to 3000 grit, I think. I think that's one of the things I miss about working from home, is being able to work in slippers. I don't know if you guys can see, but sporting heel slippers tonight. Alright, we're going to switch over to the other grit, the 3000 here. Pop that on. That's a nice little handle on this thing. So, this one is up and down. This one here, we'll have to kind of rely on the magic of that ceramic coating to kind of fill in quite a bit of the gaps. This one definitely is not getting as smooth as that other side was. Now, it kind of riddled me this. I was thinking about this today when I was thinking about starting this project. You got headlights and tail lights, and they both got light bulbs in them. And I'm guessing probably your headlights, your intensities are a little bit higher than what you got in taillights is my guess. But I look at the taillights on this vehicle, it's 20 years old, and those things look almost brand new. But you get on these headlights here, and these things were crusted and coated and whatnot all. So I don't think any more sanding is going to do any more good on this. Smooth, so we'll probably have to rely on the ceramic coating to bring this passenger side one around. That's a nice little handle. I may keep that for woodworking project. If you actually get gritty paper that kind of sticks to that. We'll go ahead and kind of take our tape off of here. They say the ceramic coating, if you get it on your vehicle, just if you wipe it off immediately, you're good to go. This area needs to be dry as hell, and I want to make sure I get all this blue tape off. So our step 3, put on a second pair of the clean gloves. Moving horizontally from top to bottom, carefully wipe the coating in a single direction. Using 50% overlap technique, apply only a single coat. Repeat this process with the second wipe on the other headlight. Allow the Cerakote ceramic clear coating to dry for a minimum of 60 minutes before driving or expose them to any moisture. If the clear coat gets on paint, don't worry, just wipe it off immediately with a clean, dry towel. So, we'll go ahead and make sure these things are dry, that we don't have any drips going on there. And we'll probably start with the other side because that's been sitting a while, and that may have the better finish is what I'm guessing. So horizontally, top to bottom, make sure we get all the entrapped liquid here. Now this one does feel a lot smoother. Alright, let's don the gloves. We'll make sure we keep a rag here. And they do give you 2 sets of gloves in this box. I mean, it's a pretty complete kit. Pretty decent gloves. I mean, they're not the thick ones, but they don't rip when you put them on your hands. Alright guys, this is the money shot here. You only get one per headlight, so you gotta make it count. They say to start from the bottom up, going horizontally. Alright, 50% overlay. Oh, we missed a spot over on the side here. Well, we're sitting at a time 6:35, so about 7:35 I'll come back out here and check it. Let's move on to this other one. Give this bad boy a try. Same as before, stop from the bottom to the top, going horizontally. But we'll give her a go. I mean, right now they look a lot better than what they did before. So, anyways, like I said, we'll be sitting at a time here, 44 minutes, so about 45-minute job. I mean, not bad, start to finish. So, anyways, I'll come back out here in an hour and kind of take a look at, and let you guys take a look at and see what you think for 20 bucks. If it saves you having to spend over 500, then it's money in the bank here. All right, folks, back out in the garage here. It's been about an hour. Let's see what these things kind of turned out like here. But as I can see, I mean, I'm pretty happy with the results. I mean, this driver's side lens looks like it's almost brand new. I mean, you look closely at I bet you if you even got a flashlight, you probably see some of the spider women, but I mean, I'm pretty impressed. Off onto the passenger side, I mean, it considerably from what it was before. You can actually see the light bulbs in this thing. I mean, you get up real close, you can see where it's starting to like kind of spider webbing out in here. But I mean, shoot, for 20 bucks, I'm pretty happy with the product. For a positive review, I mean, Cerakote here, I mean, they've definitely probably came through with what they actually offered or said that the guarantee was. I mean, as far as the best guarantee, we'll have to see. I mean, I've had this vehicle since 2009, 2010 time frame, so whether or not I'll have it another 10 years, I don't know. I mean, that all depends on how many engines you want to put into this thing. But Cerakote, I give you applause in this one. That's a 10 out of 10 for results, especially on an older headlight for 20 years old. I mean, pretty impressive, folk. People actually think it might be brand new if I get the brand new paint job on it. But anyways, I want to thank you guys for watching.